People did in that house, I don't know, hope you're all doing well. So, I just want to talk for a second. The government are trying to bring forward hate speech law as well. Charlie Flanagan was the one who probably started all this, but thankfully, he's not Minister for Justice anymore. But his legacy, everybody still remembers him as the great, great OIC man. He loved the OIC. And every day of his birthday, we mark his birthday by saying the OIC 26 times. I'm only joking, I'm only being very, very sarcastic. I never seen a worse Minister for Justice than Isaac says right. But yeah, the thing is, there is some words, and I will agree with the government, there's some words that need to be banned. Obviously, there's some racist words, and I do agree with that. But the thing is, I'm afraid that the government will be like, you know what, we might go to a dictatorship. Because, I wouldn't trust me whole man, or Liho Varango, or any of them. Because, just turn into a dictatorship, and you'd be like, if you say boo against the government, you'll be censored. Things like that. People are entitled to the free speech, and that's just really stopping them. It's the Constitution of Ireland, and the right to express your opinion and your beliefs, and and your freedom of speech above anything else. But yeah, but there is some words I do agree. There is some words that will need to be. I do agree with that small part. There's a few words that are very offensive to some people. And they'll be better knocked off Irish society completely. But trying to censor people, because that's what the government's going to try and do. And people who say to the government, hang on a second, wait a second, what's this? What's that? What's the other? Somebody like me, the government will be like, we don't want them, get rid of them. Anybody who says OTE is the don't know something like that, OTE something like that, X, Y, and Z, um, you know, but it's because there's some words that is offensive, and I will, I'm not saying that the government should bring in heavy hate speech laws, but they should bring in ones to cover them few words. Like there's only a few words I can think of, which are very, very offensive to some people. Obviously, that's okay. That bit I agree with the government on that. But if they're going to try and censor people and try and shut people up from speaking the truth or anything like that, then that's something that has to be challenged, and that's something that has to be, defended above anything else. Defend the people's rights to speak up and to have their opinion. But there is, as I say, I can't stress enough. There's some words that is very hateful towards some people. But at the same time, people are entitled to their opinion, and people are entitled to express their beliefs. But yeah, I don't know what people think, but that's what I just take. And I have said it to 3 or 4 ministers. I say, with this hate speech laws, I understand there's some words I will, and I said it to them, and this is the way I said it to them. I said there is some words, and I do agree that are very offensive to people. Like that's that's totally okay. You can ban a few words. That's totally okay. But at the same time, as I was saying to the people like me, people who challenge the government, will be tried. To try and use them laws against us. The tone of their heads on, people who tried to defend people's rights and tried to defend the wider people of Ireland. And that's something I said to 3 or 4 politicians, and two of them I know very well in Cavan. They said, don't worry, I'm very good friends with them because they helped me out a lot. These 2 politicians have helped me out a lot in my personal life and my family life too, and they have actually given me a lot, and they will. I'm speaking very high praise to them, but they are very good people. They have helped me out a lot. They said, don't worry, we make sure you won't be censored and everything. We make sure that you be here for as long as we can, as long as we're in power. That's more or less what they said. Because they're very fond of me. I have to say they are very fond of me, and they're very good to me. And the reason why they're very fond of me really is because all the work I do, all the community work, they really admire me for as a young person, because they never met a young person in their life that worked extreme amount of hours I did. That's very commendable. As they always say, that's very commendable of you. They have huge respect for you because of that and all the work you do. So I do have a few politicians. I do have a few friends, at least in a few places anyway. But many politicians don't like me, so just to say that straight. But it's good, it's good to be friends with some, at least anyway. At least they could trust these two. At least they could trust these two politicians. Which is something I don't say often about politicians. Like I wouldn't trust half of the government ministers, might as well say straight. I wouldn't trust them with my money, but then again, Captain, we wouldn't trust anybody with the money. But anyway, sorry for whacking on. But I don't know what people take. I'm just trying to bring it up because I think the government would turn it the opposite way around. The same with the Emergency Powers Act. Take for example, but World War Two happened. That was brought in obviously because they were afraid of Ireland being invaded by both either Britain or anything like that. So they were afraid of that. So yeah. And obviously that was turned against the IOA, and obviously they eradicated the IOA, the mass shootings of IOA people and everything down in prisons. That obviously went on during the Emergency Powers Act, and something like that. And I'm not saying that be what the government's going to do. My God, I don't think the government are going to that extreme yet. But something like that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe more and bye.